Okay, it's July 9, 2014. I want to thank you for being on the call today. This is a Savvy Direct call. And the reason that you're on the call is that either you're in the business or somebody that cares a lot about you asked you to come take a look at what we're doing here at Savvy Direct. And I'm going to give you a thumbnail sketch on exactly what Savvy Direct is all about, how old we are, who the principals are of the company, and why we think we are absolutely the best opportunity that is available today in America. If you're an entrepreneur and you want to start a business, why not start in one of the most explosive areas that there is right now available? And that area is m-commerce. And when we're talking about m-commerce, what we're talking about is mobile commerce, your phone. And let's think about this for a minute. Right now, the most expensive real estate on the face of the planet is that screen that's on your phone. Everybody's trying to figure out how to get that quarter-inch square on that phone so that they can get customers and get them to come back and to get them to use and be available on the cell phone in a very efficient and quick way. Because at the end of the day, when you're a retailer, if you're a merchant of any kind, you're selling anything, what you want to do is get customers and keep them the longest. That's the way this works. If you can get them easy by having it on a mobile phone, then it makes the whole opportunity much better for you as a merchant or if you're selling any kind of product or service. Now, just think about this for a minute. If you were in Times Square right now and you look up, you're going to see all kinds of multi-million-dollar advertising campaigns going on very expensive and very elaborate electronics. Televisions and all. I mean, the amount of money that has been spent there is probably only dwarfed by what goes on in Vegas, and I'm not even sure that happens. But if you look at the people as they're walking around, what are they doing? Are they looking up? No, they're looking down at their phone, trying to figure out where they're going to go. Right? Now, that's an important thing to observe because in 5 years, people aren't going to have laptops anymore. People are going to have mobile phones. Everything that you do in your life is going to be on your mobile phone. Now, why is this so important to us right now in this conversation with regard to Savvy Direct? Because we know that as the economy grows in this country, it is the responsibility of small businesses to do it. Everybody knows that. The government knows that they need small businesses to thrive because if small businesses thrive, the nation and the economy of the nation thrives. Because over 60% of all the people that are employed by small businesses. And depending on who you talk to, they'll tell you there's somewhere between 25 and 28 million small businesses out there, and all of them are struggling for the same thing, for the customer. And they're all fighting against the same thing, which is regulation and taxation and decreasing market share and competition from big box stores. All of these things are making it harder and harder for the small businessman to succeed today. And what we have done at Savvy Direct is found the key. We have found the key to make this the easiest way for the small businessman to really have a chip in the game and to compete against those bigger forces that are out there that are encroaching on his market every single day. Now, how do we do that? And we know that if you are a small businessman, perhaps you're a single restaurant or a small chain, or you're a nail salon or a dry cleaners, what are the chances that you're going to have an app on a phone where people can find you? I mean, it's impossible. What are the odds that you can, in a very economical way, be broadcast across the whole United States to millions of customers and be available to those millions of customers without spending tens of thousands of dollars? It's just not going to happen. What about the ability to communicate with your customers anytime you want in 10 seconds or less? What are the odds that you can do that? It just simply is not possible until Savvy Direct. Now, let me tell you a little bit about who we are first. My name is Karl. I'm the CEO of the company. I've been involved in direct sales for 30 years. And in my own business prior to that, I was building custom homes in the Southern California area. And I built about 50 custom homes and in the multi-million dollar range. And in the direct sales market, I've owned my own companies. I have developed products and sold them all over the world. I've built huge organizations internationally and still have those organizations going on right now. But I have experience on both sides of the aisle, if you will. I've been a distributor in the field, I've been a rep in the field, and I've also owned the company. And our other partner is Jim Pack. Jim Pack has got a tremendous track record. He retired at age 47. He had a very successful lobbying company and was vice president of other organizations. Even in his retirement, he did more than most people do when they're working full-time. He comes from a whole family around him are very successful and entrepreneurs. And he also has a direct sales company that he founded just a few years ago and is on track to do over $100 million this year. So just a lot of experience that he brings to the table. In addition to that, I have one of my best friends and partners from years ago that we're back together again, and that's Todd Mitsuishi. Todd also comes from deep experience in the industry, both from the field and also from corporate. We actually owned our own company in Japan for about 5 years. We developed a lot of products together. He went on, along with me, we actually incubated a company, and that company went on to massive success and actually was valued recently at about $1 billion. So, or actually a little bit over that. And Todd has been, he was CEO of that company, and they were able to, through his leadership and direction, develop a team of 63,000 merchants in that company in 3 different countries. In addition to that, he has a tremendous experience on the computer side. He was on the original advisory board to Google Apps for Business, and he's just been a real tremendous resource for us as we build our Savvy Direct organization. Now, let me get to a little bit of the details about what Savvy and Savvy Direct has to offer. Well, the first thing I want you to understand is that through a merger that we did earlier this year, we now have and can leverage the largest network of retailers in North America. That's right, 280,000 plus. Not only that, but we also have 20 million customers. We have an app with 150,000 merchants right now. All of this stuff we have right now. Now that gives us the ability to be the biggest player in the space when it comes to building a loyalty program. Now loyalty programs have been around since forever. I mean, when I was a kid, it was blue chip stamps, green stamps, and there's been more and more that have gone on for years. I mean, I'm a member of the Delta Rewards program, right? I'm a diamond in that. You get great perks, right? And I pay even more money for trips to make sure that I fly with that brand so that I can get those perks. That's what a loyalty program is all about. So what we have done is designed a loyalty program that works for the average small businessman. All right? If we look at the 28 million that are out there, about 30% of them are using a punch card. Now just think about that for a minute. How inefficient is that? You've eliminated probably half of the population because guys probably aren't going to keep them. And the other half are going to lose them. And what happens if you lose it? The reward is gone. What happens if you come to do business with the merchant, and in the process of doing the business with the merchant, you realize you forgot your card? Then the advantage of the discount is gone again, and it creates a negative customer experience. And if you've got a negative customer experience going on, it's never good for the company at large and for your company. So what can we bring to the table that can allow them to use this? We have a click system. It's spelled CLIK, stands for Customer Loyalty Information Kiosk. This is a very simple process, and what we did was we took out all the nonsense and we provided the small merchant with exactly what they're looking for. The ability for their customer to come in and register very simply without having to download anything, without having to scan anything, without having to write anything down. All they have to do is put in their cell phone number. That simple. And when they do that, they're texted immediately saying, welcome to the loyalty program that is branded specifically for the small merchant. Now, when I say small merchant, I'm talking about, a chain of 15 or less, approximately, but which is the biggest majority of retailers that are out there. So when that individual signs up with Savvy Direct and they buy the Click system, they now have a tablet that sits in a tamper-proof, it's a 7-inch tablet, sits in a tamper-proof frame on the countertop, which makes it very easy for their customers to come in, and literally takes 5 seconds for them to log in. And once that happens, that customer is now on their way to earning the reward. And the reward is set by the merchant. We don't get involved in that. We'll help them decide what to do, but we don't do it. So that if it's a car wash, for example, and it's buy 10 car washes, get one free, then that's their reward. But it tracks that for them. It lets the merchant know, and it lets the customer know when they've achieved their goal and can now redeem the free car wash. All of that is done automatically. You can get rid of the punch cards. You can get rid of all the other nonsense that you've used in the past. It's now all automated, and it's all on the person's cell phone. And the merchant, it has a dashboard. He can actually log in and see his customers. He can see, when they came in. He can see when they started, if they've redeemed or not redeemed, how close they are. All of that is available for them in the back office. Now, in addition to that, and this is very important that you understand why this is so important for the merchants. We know that the average merchant who has a returning customer, that returning customer will spend 67% more than a brand new customer. That's why a loyal customer is more valuable than a new customer. So now we know that through our experience, the average merchant with us will bring in 2,000 customers in 90 days. If you're a merchant and you have 2,000 customers that are in your system, you now have the ability to contact any one of them anytime you want via text. Now let me tell you how important that is. Let's say that you're a restaurant and you're booked up Friday, Saturday, Sunday, but come Monday and Tuesday, you're down by 30%. You need to fill those seats in your restaurant. And let's say that you've got a special meal available and maybe something you don't normally have in your restaurant and it's not normally on your menu. How would any of those 2,000 people know that unless they happen to come in and read what's on the menu? They just simply wouldn't know. But you can send a text out at 3 o'clock in the afternoon when people are thinking about where they're going to go out to dinner, and you can let them know that you've got a special dinner available today. And your customers who are loyal to you, these are not random texts coming from some company or some restaurant that they're not familiar with. They know you. They shop at your store. They come into your restaurant. And they get a message that you've got this great meal. If they're thinking about a place to go on Monday or Tuesday, guess where they're going to go? To your place. And we know through our numbers that 13% will walk in the door if you send out that text. So if you have 2,000 customers in your system, that means that 260 people will walk in the door. Now, would that change the economics of a small business? You bet. And think about that for a minute. What if it cost you $100 for that? Just for that. Do you realize that almost any store in town, if you walked in and said, listen, if you give me $100, I'll bring 260 people in the door to buy something. How many of those merchants do you think would accept that offer? That's right, every single one of them. Well, that's why our offer is frankly the best offer that they're ever going to get. So what does it cost for a merchant to get involved? It's going to cost him $799 and $100 a month. And we have another option, which is $424 a month and $424 to set it up, and $125 a month. Now, that's a screaming deal to be able to eliminate all of the nonsense that they've had to deal with before in a loyalty program that doesn't work. Half the time is a negative experience with their customers, and turn all of it into a positive. Now, here's the problem that I have. I need someone to go out there and talk to the merchants. And that's the purpose of Savvy Direct. We need to build a team of people who shop, right? People who already go to those restaurants and can expose those restaurant owners to the fact that we have something here that will change the destiny of their businesses. And that means I need you. So if you're a rep and you begin to share the opportunity of this product with merchants and with other people who want to build a team, then the income potential for you is frankly out of this world. And I'm going to give you just a couple of examples. Now, it's going to cost about $1,200 to get involved with our company, and that covers your registration with the company that gives you the right to build an organization and the right to sell to merchants. We're going to train you. We're going to give you a back office that has everything in it that you're going to need. It's going to have tracking for you, so you'll see how many merchants you have and how many customers they have, how many reps you have, what they're doing, what your income levels are, what your commission due is coming. All of this is there for you, and we don't charge you for that. Any additional. That's included in the $200. And we also train you. So there's certain things that we know that if we train you, your chances of success go up dramatically. So we're going to do all of that for you. The $1,000, you actually get a click system with unlimited text on the system that you buy. That means that you can set that up in a merchant. You can use it yourself to show people how it all works. You can do whatever you want with that unit. You own it. It belongs to you. And you can sell it. You can keep it. You can demo it. You can go to a friend who's got a restaurant, set it up for him. You can do whatever you want with it, but that is now yours. The one that we sell to the merchants for the $100 or the $125, depending on which program they choose, that comes with 2,500 texts per month. Anything over that, we charge 2 cents per text. And again, most people don't bump into that for 6 months usually. We recommend they only send out a text once a week. Okay. Now the texts do count when one of their customers comes in and uses the system and they get a text in response thanking them for coming and letting them know where they are in their way toward their reward. All of that counts in the count for their texts. But when you become an associate with Savvy Direct, you now have the right, as I mentioned earlier, to build a team. Every time you bring somebody in that sells units with you, you're going to earn anywhere from $200 to $450. And you're going to earn the spread between the two. For example, we work in different stages. You start off in stage 1. Our highest is stage 5. If you're in stage 5, you earn $450 when somebody joins your business. Now, if, for example, I'm in stage 5 and I bring Bob in and Bob's in stage 1, when he makes a sale in stage 1, his commission is $200. But I'm in stage 5. I'm at $450, so I make the spread. I make $250 on that sale. In addition to that, we pay commissions on the monthly residuals. The commissionable amount is $100 a month. And we pay anywhere from 5% all the way up to $30 or 30%. We also pay on all the merchants, right? So the merchants count as well. So when a merchant purchases a system, they're not having to pay for the additional training, etc., so they're paying approximately $800, or they could be paying less if they're doing the other program, but we pay the commission as if they paid us the full $799. If they do that, you're going to earn anywhere from $160 and $360. And again, you make the spread between where you are and where your team members are. In addition to that, you're also going to earn anywhere from 5 to 30% on all of the monthly maintenance fees. So this adds up to a tremendous amount of income because we have over 90% retention in our system. When merchants get involved with us and they have their 2,000 customers that are in the system, and they're all on their way to getting a free dinner, a free car wash, a free nail set done, or whatever it is, the last thing they're going to do is terminate that system, especially when it only costs them $100 a month at this point. I mean, you can't do anything for $100 a a month. I mean, you can't even put a kid outside on the corner spinning a deal for $100 a day. So we are the most effective advertising program you can do. But in addition to that, the other thing that we're going to do for these merchants is we're going to list them, if they qualify, in our back office, meaning into our app and onto our website. Because there we have another 20 million customers in our system that are shopping through our website and through our app. And they're looking for new places to go to. Now, we can't promise what it's going to do for any individual merchant because we don't know what their offer is. We don't know where they are. We don't know how many of our customers are close enough to them. But one thing we can tell you is that you will get an effect from that. There will be a benefit to you from that. And we're not charging anything extra for that ability. It's absolutely free of charge. In addition, we provide a whole suite of products that we make available to these merchants to help them become better at what they do, at being a merchant. And all of this is available for them at actually no cost. So we're providing a ton of benefit for these small businesses to be able to be successful in their chosen profession. Now, how do we look? If you, as an associate, because right now, if you're on this line, that's why they invited you to be here, because we don't do opportunity calls for merchants. If you're on this line, it's because you understand that there could be a financial benefit for you to being involved in building a team here. But let me show you and tell you what we have that makes us look so good to a merchant. Number one, we are the largest network of merchants in North America, perhaps the world, with 380,000 plus, and growing every day, by the way. Network of merchants. I'm talking about from the small guys to the big guys. I mean, we've got Sears, we've got Target, we've got Hertz, we've got Sonic Burger, we've got McDonald's. I mean, we've got so many of the small and large. I mean, there's so many deals. On average, you're going to save 36%. You can literally save hundreds of dollars using our app right now. In addition to that, we have 1,400 online stores that are on our website. And our retail website is savvy.com, S-A-V like Victor, V like Victor, I. Now, if you go to savvy.com, you will find the 380 plus or minus that we have listed as local shops. So you can just put in your zip code and it'll tell you how many they have. I just did this for somebody the other day. And in his zip code, there was 3,400 shops that he could save money at today. In addition to that, there's 1,400 online retailers that you put in a product and it'll search through all those retailers and find you the best price. In addition to that, we have groceries. If you want to go grocery shopping and you like to take coupons, forget about cutting them out of the newspaper. Most people don't even have newspapers coming to their house anymore. Just go to our site, put in what you're looking for, they'll all pop up, and you just click on them, print them out, take them to the grocery store. We have taken all the heartache and nonsense out of saving money. Actually, we're mapping savings for the consumer right on our website, and we provide all of this free of charge. Now, when you're looking at an opportunity and you're walking in to talk to a merchant, wouldn't it make a difference if you could pull out the app and show them how many merchants we have? If you have them search online and they go to our website and they see how many merchants we have, would that make your job easier? Absolutely. The space that we're talking about, the loyalty space, is going to explode over the next couple of years. People that are in the know, and if you've done any research about this, you will find that many feel that this will be the largest area in the next 3 to 5 years. And the growth area could be as big as Facebook. I mean, we're talking huge volumes. And just think about this for a minute. If we brought in 30,000 sales team associates here between now and the end of next year, and they each, just through active living, and when I say active living, I mean just going to where you already go and mentioning that we have this loyalty program. Frankly, many times the places that you're going to right now, your business there alone many times will pay for the system. And that pretty much impels them to listen to you, wouldn't you think? So if you just did active living and went around to different places, and I've done this myself, and tell them, listen, this is what I do. I'd like to do business with you. I'm already doing business with you. So if you put in my loyalty system, not only will it make you money, but it'll help me out as well. If my 30,000 reps that come in between now and the end of next year did that and just got 3, you realize you're talking about 100,000 merchants? Just think about that for a minute. And each of them had 2,000 customers. We'd have 200 million customers in the next 18 months. And we would be the largest, by far, loyalty program that there is for small businesses. I mean, there wouldn't be anybody close to us. There's nobody close to us as far as the network goes. So it makes sense that we should dominate this space when it comes to the loyalty space. So what I'm encouraging you to do is take a look at what we have to offer. It is very serious. We have, as I mentioned, savvy.com. Go to the site. Put in your zip code. Find out how many offers are right there in your local area. You realize that could be a roadmap to the merchants that you bring into the system right there. In addition to that, look at our Savvy Direct. Look how, and if somebody asks you to be on this call, let them show you the back office. See how robust it is. See that we have all of these ways that you can manage your business there. We have training, we have videos, we have all kinds of stuff that we have now, and adding more and more literally every day. And we have a major advertising campaign that's going to be starting here in the next, literally just days away. And it'll change everything. Everybody's going to know the Savvy name very, very quickly. So go back to the person who asked you to be on this call and take a deeper look. And if you need, call me. Have the person that you're talking to pick up the phone, give me a call. I'll be happy to answer any and all of your questions. We're here to make sure that you are successful. So thanks again for being on the call. This is going to terminate the call for today. And I wish you all the best and look forward to seeing you at our next